Hi, I'm Neil Hadley, Master of Wine for Taylor's Wines, and we're going to taste our way through a set of 5 wines which are our Jaraman range of wines. And here to help me do that is Mitchell Taylor.
Yeah, Jaraman was an exciting project, and being in a family business when you've got your father and grandfather that have established the established range, when you want to do something new, it at times needs a bit of prodding.
And I think over time it's become an exploration of classic grape varieties and the region or regions that give you the most excitement. So here I've just poured out the Chardonnay. I could see you were getting nervous for a bit of a taste there, so I thought we'd get that in the glass. But this is a good example. Here we have the Clare Valley with the Margaret River. 2 wine regions thousands of kilometres apart from each other, with quite distinct and different expressions of variety, and yet presumably complementary because they work so perfectly together in one blend.
Yeah, that's right. And what I love about this particular wine, one of my favourites, but it does have that lovely Clare Valley citrus lemony characters that you get in the Chardonnay, and then the beautiful cool climate of the Margaret River there on the base of the Indian Ocean, where they have all that lovely nectar and peach and characteristics like that.
Of course, we have fermented and matured the wine in oak barrels from France. Tell us about the relationship with our coopers over in France.
Yeah, we've had this great relationship with Louis Latour, and his family have been making wine for about 17 generations, and they were actually, before they were winemakers, they were actually coopers before the French Revolution. So it's great to go to Burgundy, select the barrels that we need, get the right amount of toasting on the barrel, and have those lovely fine Burgundy wood tannins that go so well and add so much extra complexity with this particular wine.
That's a great testament to going the extra mile. We're going to move now to our Grenache. This is a combination of McLaren Vale and Barossa Valley, and it's the 2018. It's the first production of this wine that we have made. How did we come about to this wine?
Yeah, well, Grenache was really, in the early days, the real fortified working horse of the Australian wine industry. But it's got lovely softness, got a lovely rich mid-palate, but I love all the spice and textural nuances that only Grenache can deliver in a juicy, powerful wine.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's quite paradoxical. It has this elegance and then this spiciness, and then somewhere in the background there's quite a lot of power. We're going to try the Pinot Noir next, and this is actually the odd man out in our tasting because this is pure Yarra Valley. Tell me, with all of our other wines with blending regions, how come pure Yarra?
I think it was really the classic nature of Pinot Noir, and we really found that it is one variety that is so site specific, and we've got a great relationship with our growers in the Yarra Valley, so we really wanted to express what the Yarra can do, which is very unique compared to some of the other regions throughout Australia. So we didn't want to lose that uniqueness of regionality and flavour that Pinot Noir delivers.
Well, certainly we've captured varietal expression beautifully, and in terms of the Yarra, we're really coming up with that. Again, perfume, it's funny, it's an expression or a descriptor that works well with Grenache and well with Pinot. But in the case of Pinot Noir, that sort of violet, sort of beautiful blue perfume characters really jump out of the glass in this expression. And the maturation in French oak is bringing a tightness to the both to the aromatics and then particularly on the palate of the wine. Let's take a look at some Shiraz and see how that's looking. This is our McLaren Vale and Clare Valley blend, and this is Jaraman Shiraz.
This particular wine, the Shiraz, which was on that original plantings that we did, has always had what I call the beautiful Clare Valley mid-palate fruit, the lovely berries, the richness that are going together with it. So this Shiraz really, to me, has all the finesse yet flavour and power, you know, combined with it.
Yeah, it's a great combination and really inspired choice of two regions, because to me, Clare, because it's so much higher, the Clare Valley Shirazes tends to have this quite jazzy, lively, fresh acidity, which on a wine of this intensity can be quite unnerving to try and drink as a young wine. So when you combine it then with McLaren Vale, which typically has this beautiful velvety wrap of soft tannins that take your mind away from that jazzy, racy freshness, and yet underlying that you allow the vinosity and the character and the quality of the wine to push through into a proposition that'll go for years and years in maturation.
And I think Shiraz is the classic variety in Australia. We produce the most Shiraz in the world. I think globally it really is the hallmark wine that we're recognised as a wine producing country, and I think it's celebrated all around the globe. You know, particularly a wine that has this kind of structure, characteristic, and the way it'll age so well.
Bringing it all back home, we've got the Cabernet right at the end of the tasting. I say that because you were telling me earlier, Mitchell, this is the wine that gave you the grain of the idea as to blending these two regions together. So let's talk about Jaraman Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah, Jaraman Cabernet really was the one that started it all off. And the reason why I love it so much is that you know, Clare Cabernet has very distinct, lovely mid-palate blackberry characteristics and quite soft and velvety, where Coonawarra, which is literally 800, 900 kilometres away from the Clare Valley, you've really got down the southeast there all the lovely mint characteristics that really come through and have that lovely length of palate. So this is a wine to me that really displays where the two regions come together and make a better wine, but also combines so seamlessly well together.
Well, I think Taylors can be well proud of the fact that they've struck upon a terrific combination there, because you're absolutely right. The aromatic distinctiveness of Coonawarra combining with that broad chocolatey palate richness that Clare Valley gives you means you get the best of both worlds in one glass, and hallelujah to that.
And the other interesting thing, just near the Wakefield River on our property where this Cabernet comes from, there is a little creek we call Honeysuckle Creek. And honeysuckle, I'm a bit of a, you know, I like respect to the Indigenous population, but the Indigenous word for honeysuckle is actually Coonawarra. So we have a little Coonawarra Creek running into the Wakefield River in the Clare Valley, and then we have these Coonawarra grapes just to top it off.
Jaraman wines. I hope you've enjoyed tasting them, and certainly when you come to buy them and try them at home, I hope you enjoy them with all manner of cuisines, because this is a range of wines which in combination will suit anything that you choose to put on your table. Cheers.
Cheers.